time, my friends. Flavor Art Zen Garden, Flavor Art Marzipan, Flavor Art Torrone. Stick around. My friends, welcome back to the channel. Dan the Man here. Now, I know I've been slacking on the DIY front, but that's going to change. There's several reasons for that, but we're not going to get into it right now. I've got quite a few flavors, single flavor tests to do. So we're going to start with the three that I just did. Vera has sent me some flavors to do, and I want to get to those. Those are steeping, and they'll come up. They're the new flavors. Newish, I guess. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into this, starting with Zen Garden, I believe. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to it, my friends. And ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong. Description. Check it out. The description for Zen Garden on all of the websites comes from Flavor Art's website. Ethereal, green notes, complex, and unusual. Well, you know what's unusual? That description. Ethereal green notes. The hell does that even mean? Okay, ethereal. I love this website right here. TheFreeDictionary.com. Extremely light or delicate. Celestial, heavenly, or spiritual, or otherworldly. Ethereal. Of or relating to ether. Okay, there you go. Ethereal. Oh wait, this might do it. Breaks it down a little better. Extremely delicate or refined. Exquisite. Almost as light as air. Basically, they're saying very light, barely noticeable green notes. What? That makes no sense. Green notes? So shit, there's a lot of green stuff in the world. Let's go with Zen Garden, mixed at 3%. Okay, I've got it saturated, the cotton. Okay, so I'm going to do a smell test. And believe it or not, I'm getting ethereal green notes. Kind of like mint, maybe. Let's give it a taste. Even though tasting with the tongue and vaping, two different things. I don't normally. When you do it like this, when you taste it with your tongue, you're more likely to pick up on some notes that you don't when you vape. Believe it or not, I'm getting those green notes. Weird. I never would have thought that. Okay. Ethereal green notes, man. Shit. 30 watts. No. Unfortunately, this cotton has to break in. I'll be back when the cotton's broken. Can't believe I'm going to do this. But let me describe the Zen Garden to you, okay? Ethereal green notes. It's a pretty good description. Now, ethereal green notes. I can't believe I'm describing it like that. Now, I honestly assumed that they were being lazy and just came up with that off the top of their head. Okay, and then the rest of it says complex and unusual. that just means, yeah, they have no friggin' idea what the rest of it tastes like, because it doesn't taste like anything I've ever had before that I know of. Now I think I'm just acclimated to it, and now I can't even taste the ethereal green notes. It's definitely complex and unusual. It's good. It's good. It's more of a single concentrate. Like, you just vape this by itself. Maybe add a light cream to it. Like, like Vienna cream. I think Vienna cream would go really well with this. It's very easily muted and not easily worked with if you want to keep that flavor in the foreground. I think it's an excellent secret ingredient if you're looking for ethereal green notes. That's supposed to be funny. Let's move along. I would say that's a 2-week steep, by the way. If you like earthy green notes, then shit, you're there. Ethereal right, okay, green now notes. We're gonna do. All right. Torrone and Marzipan. Okay? Marzipan is a paste. It's a honey almond paste. And it's used in Torrone. You'll take marzipan, the paste, and you'll put roasted almonds in it, and honey and whatnot, whatever you want, and then you bake it, and you've got a nougat or a Torrone dessert. And marzipan is the white paste that they use to make it. So they're very, very similar, alright? So, let me get this changed out and I'll be right back. Alright? As soon as I turn on the camera, I start coughing and hacking. I swear. I'm gonna have some weird editing happening in this one, y'all. Alright, now we're doing the marzipan. I get the honey, no doubt. Sweet. This is a sweet flavor right here, y'all. But it's dry. It needs something to juice it up some. As a single flavor, I probably wouldn't vape it all by itself just because it's so dry. I definitely get the honey and the sweet way up front. And the almond is noticeable, but it's not a upfront flavor. It's not what it's all about. Actually, I think an Inavera's nougat would be a great flavor to use with this. I think they would go well together. An almond, obviously, Flavor Arts almond is going to go spectacularly with this. Believe it or not, I also think Flavor Apprentice, their pistachio should go beautifully with this. Yeah. It's a good flavor. It just needs something to make it a little more juicy, to take the dryness away. But I can see this being used in a lot of different things. Any dessert you want to use it, maybe even some fruits. Okay, let's, oh, that's also a 2-week steeper. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Let's move on to the Torrone. For whatever reason, I didn't do the smell or taste test with the marzipan. Totally forgot. And I'm not going back to it. But the reason reason I remembered this time is because when I opened this up, the almond hit me right in the face. Could smell it like right off. Yeah, that same smell I'm getting with the taste test, but I'm also getting the honey, the marzipan paste, and something a little brighter, almost fruity. But that's in the taste. Let's do the vape. See what we get with it. Wow. The almond is way, way up front. And it's dry too. Really dry. Now with the almond, it's more like the skin. You know what I'm saying? The skin is more up front than the meaty part of the almond, which I gotta admit I don't like. But I do know this is an excellent flavor, but I can already tell you that when you put the marzipan, when you take the Torrone to help the marzipan or the other way around, it will calm down, it will mute, which is a good thing here, that skin flavor, which you really want to be muted. I do anyways, because I don't like it. Okay, getting the honey and the nut, but there's another component that I just am not. It's bright. Lemon. As a matter of fact, let's read I didn't read the description either. Torrone. Honey, almond, and lemon. There you go, man. That's where that bright flavor is coming from. It's that lemon, and it's perfect in here. I have a Torrone custard that is out of this world delicious, and I don't get the dry because it is a custard, right? So there's that. Because you know what? This is all subjective. I'm telling you that I like it. Who knows if you're gonna? Alright, so we got all the animals messing with me while I'm trying to do a video. My old doggy and his favorite. Not really. He tolerates her. Alright, so this is in conclusion. I want to just put it all together in a nice little package. If I can. Hold on a second, I gotta check something. Alright, we'll start with Zen Garden. It's a 2-week steep. Mix it at 3%. It goes well with, believe it or not, Torrone and Marzipan. It actually goes fairly well with those. Okay, now I'm gonna give Zen Garden. I'm gonna give it a 3. Anything under a 3 for me is something I probably won't vape. But 3 and up, I do like. For instance, I'm giving it a 3 because really it's just difficult to work with and to find other flavors that are going to go with it. It's mostly a single flavor vape. Now, for a single flavor vape, I'm giving it a 4. Anyhow, it steeps well, it tastes good, and it's not a bad concentrate. I think it's worth having in your stash, personally. Okay, now let's move on to Marzipan. It's a 2-week steep. I mixed it at 2%. Now let's go see what it goes good with. Okay, Marzipan is going to go well with Torrone, nougat, almonds, any kind of nut flavor. It's pretty sweet, so you don't really need to add sweetener, but a lot of people like sweet stuff, so maybe you can if you want. Let's see what ELR says about it. Meringue, Vienna cream, cookie, cream, fresh cream, caramel, custards, even apple pie and yellow cake. So it's a pretty diverse dessert flavor. It can go in a lot of stuff, and it's definitely a flavor worth having in your arsenal. I give it a 4 because it's easy to work with. It tastes good. A 4 out of 5. And it's ready in 2 weeks. Alright, let's move on to Torrone. Alright, Torrone. That was another 2 weeks deep. Mixed at 1%. It's a pretty concentrated concentrate. And you don't need a lot of it. Excuse me. When your mom calls, you gotta answer her, I'm pretty sure. Right? Isn't that the rules, if you will? Okay, Torrone. 2 weeks deep, mixed at 1%. It can very easily take over a recipe if you use too much of it. Normally I'm at, you know what, hold on. I recently made a Torrone custard and did it at 0.5%. And it turned out perfectly. FA's almond again. Vienna cream. Any of your creams. Marzipan. Any dessert type thing. Vanillas, custards, creams. It's a pretty diverse. Also, but like I said, it can easily take over a recipe if you're not careful with it. Let's see what ELR has to say most commonly used with. Okay, fresh cream. Not a lot of people, it's not in a lot of recipes, it looks like. Even people are using raspberry. Cookie. Yellow cake again. Biscuit. Yeah, so there. I wanted to make this last little bit kind of a concise little thing of what I think of the flavors. The Torrone, I'm going to go ahead and give that one a 4 also because it's a great nut flavor. A great dessert nut flavor, if you will. And I like it and use it in a few things. So, it's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright, my friends, this is Dan the Man. I'm signing out. Peace, love, and happiness. And we're going to have... I'm going to streamline this a little better on my next flavor testing video, which is going to be coming up because I've been slacking on this DIY, and I have a feeling the community is pretty much going to go that way if you want to vape anything other than tobacco. Anywho, this is Dan the Man, signing out. Peace, brothers and sisters.